America has a problem.
Pick up another you call in the parking lot to song. Are you with? We're standing with the roof gone. I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Can you pick it on your phone? Like you haul and I know you like to go slow.
All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome in. Okay. So I wanted to talk about this. And a lot of people have been talking about it. I was like, I want to give my 2 cents too. So Evelyn and Shanice have a podcast. And it is called Drop the Low. And it's season 2, episode 1. This new season they have, Shanice talked to her baby father, The Game. I want to let y'all know something about Shanice because I've seen a lot of people say, hey, we finna get into it, girl. We finna get into it. I've seen a lot of people say Shanice don't like him. Shanice's face would show her thoughts before she talk. I have been watching Shanice since she was a little girl. Her face will show her thoughts before she talk. But in this one, the conversation was very cringe. We're going to go and play it, and I'm going to let y'all hear what she had to say. Oh, let me read my copyright disclaimer. Hold on. Because I don't want no problem. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowances is made for fair use, such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is prohibited by the copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use and tips in a balance of fair use. So we're going to talk about it. She interviewed her baby daddy, The Game, and it was a little cringy. We're going to go ahead and play it, honey.
Sitting down together on the same set with Jay Sion, The Game Taylor. I call you Jay. Jay.
Now, remind y'all, Evelyn and his baby mama, well, ex-girlfriend, I ain't gonna say baby mama, Tiffany, were cool with Evelyn. Tiffany and her were cool. They had the same show. After they fallen out from years, Shanice has gotten with The Game. Shanice, who was in her 30s, in The Game's, I believe is in 40s, they have a child together. All right, let's continue.
He is a Grammy-nominated rapper, storyteller, and cultural force whose music has chronicled life, loss, and growth for nearly 2 decades. Get ready for an honest conversation about starting over as a father after 40, co-parenting, family dynamics, accountability, and how life experience shaped the man, the music, and the public persona people think they know. AKA my baby daddy. Basically.
I was waiting for it. I'm like,
I mean, that's the most important, title.
It is. I think it is. I think that this is like surreal, because I talk to you guys every day, but this is to see you guys in this setting.
Shanice is 32, 33, I believe. Hold on. She 5 years from me. She's 34? 33. She'll be 33. She's 32. Yes, she does. The Game is 46. So, and he known her since she was 18, 19, maybe? Yeah, because when we first got introduced to Shanice, she was graduating high school. And then they had the same show. So yeah, in her 20s. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It just reminds me that, you guys are superstars too. Cause I don't see you on that light,
Right.
So this is super cool to me. I woke up, I was excited to come here, and I was half family member and then half business, because like you guys are doing great, and it's like one of those podcasts that people are really starting to talk about and get into. And I watch, most of them in full length, especially the last one, the one that I saw with Gil, that was super dope, and so I wanted to be a part of it, so I'm here.
So did we need to drop a few episodes for you to want to come on? Because
I'm not
this has
gonna lie.
been like a 6-month conversation.
You know what it was? I wanted to like, number one, with me, I gotta like get my like hair braided, because I was going through a weird, like, I didn't, my hair wasn't long enough for braids when y'all first started, and I was going through the weird afro stage. So I'm like, let me get my life together. Give me like another 2 months. And, I didn't want them braids where they right at the edge. As soon as you smile, your forehead bleed. Right. So I'm like, give me a little time and let me, grow the hair out a little bit. And then I come on with a wave cap, which is crazy.
I was about to say, well, where are your braids now?
You just got them done 2 days ago.
They here, but the wave cap, I got the suede wave cap. It matched the aesthetics, like everything's going,
He didn't want to come and blew up.
Appreciate it.
You guys are really good looking people.
Yeah. Thank you. We think the same thing about you.
You know what? Thank you.
You just had your 50th birthday.
I did.
And I remind you all the time of how like good you look at 50, and like not to slight anyone else, but like when I was younger, like you can remember when you were younger, like 50-year-old people look like, I don't know what the hell was going on. Like they look like George Jefferson.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure. Or so, like the Golden Girls.
Right. Yeah. Literally. And
I know she got so much flack for this. But okay.
For your age.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they literally were younger. Some were like 40-something on the show, which is crazy. But, it's different times, man.
You think you look good for your age?
I look good. I look great. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is just a fun fact. Drop the low. So when Shaw and I were talking about doing a podcast, I was like, all right, should we do this? Should we not? You are the first person that I reached out to, and you were like, yo, absolutely, you should do it.
Yeah.
So not only did he co-sign this platform, he also gave us the name Drop the Low. Yeah. He even approved the logo. Mm-hmm. So, and that's one thing that I've learned about you through this journey of us being a family.
Yeah.
You are so smart and you're so witty. That even when you gave me the name, a couple of days later, I was like, hey, do you have any other names? And you were like, nah, that's it. You know what I mean? Like you just knew that that's it. So we're grateful and we thank you that you've been supportive and that you're here today, and we're excited. But yeah, he gave the name for the podcast.
And I appreciate y'all taking my input. But the thing about it was just like, it came to me, and I like, and when things come to me, like, like really hit me, they're like cemented in my brain, and I just knew it would work. And it's easy to say, you know what I'm saying? If you ask anyone that has never heard of your podcast, would you come on our podcast? And they say, yeah, what's it called? And you're like, it's called Drop the Low. The first thing they're going to think is, oh, that's dope. Right. It's in like, everyday use context. It's not going to get old because we're in a like technology age where, your children or your baby daddy or your significant other, like, you like Drop the Low, I'll pull up, so it's like Lozada. It just worked.
Right.
And I'm glad that like it's, really, really going well for you.
So you are really creative with your like ideas, and obviously you are in music. So did you ever hear Michael Jackson, that interview, when he's like, whenever he has an idea, he feels like it came from source itself? Do you feel that way when you come up with something?
I feel, I wouldn't say, I haven't had that thought, but I think that, like I'm real energy based. So.
I'm going to say this. His music is totally different. In his music, he tells stories, right? Hey, Michael Jackson talked about things that is happening now that was coming to happen. And now that we look back, okay, may he rest in peace. Shout out to the Jackson family, because I can't wait for April for the movie. I'm excited, okay? Honey, if I don't go to nothing else, I'm going to that. Looking back in the 90s where stuff was already shaking and happening to where we are now with this regime, this climate, so much stuff going on, did get it. We can't lie. The game, he tells his story of what he went through. I can't say he got that from there. I can't say that because when I used to listen to his old songs, he was telling about what he went through. He even talked about his relationships. So I can't say, oh, that's where he got that from because I haven't heard him say nothing about what's going on. Have he spoke on some things? Yeah. But what I remember, he would talk about his life, losing his friends, to the streets, all that stuff. That's what he talked about.
So I mean, it comes from somewhere, and if you believe in any higher power, like no matter what religion or where you are on your journey through life, if you believe in energy, then it's coming from a place that is like obviously outsourced or really deep inside you. So yeah, I think it has more like for me per se, I think it has more to do with like just following your heart. Like I don't second guess my heart. Like if my heart tells me that this is it, I just roll with that.
Right.
So when you think about your legacy, when you think about it now, knowing all your kids are watching, how do you finish this chapter of your legacy? Not that it's finished, but how do you finish this particular segment and you go on to another one because you are dropping.
So I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even expect him to start over. His daughter is in high school. He was about finished. The other one's grown. Excuse me. He started back over with diapers, huh? Teach his own child. I don't know.
A new album, so
Yeah.
you're still
She ain't got
continuing
no
the legacy.
Yeah.
She got one now.
It gets real. I'm like, notably the guy that said, you're 38 and you're still rapping. I'm 26. So is the Doves. When I was 26, I guess I never thought I would be 38. So when I was taking, small little shots at like the older rappers at that point in time, I just wasn't being realistic. And then when I turned 38 on my 38th birthday, like the whole joke was, now you're 38. Like, should you still be rapping? But then after seeing like, the Clips drop an album, they're both older than me. And they're both very skilled rappers. They Grammy nominated right now for, probably album of the year. And Malice.
Dang, the Clips, they look good though. The Clips look good. They look amazing. He sure the Clips older than him? He mean they've been out longer than him? Hold on. They don't even look their age. Pusha T 48. He look good. Hey. Girl. Listen. He said the Clips are old. I thought the Clips was the same age, but I forgot I was 15 when they came out. 15, 16, somewhere around there. Probably a little younger than that. 2003. Yeah, I was 15. I'm telling my age. That's fine. They look good. They're about 50. And they still rap like, still drop beats like it's no tomorrow. They eating it. Listen.
This is like 51 or 52.
48.
And they both look like they're in their 30s and they both rap at a high caliber. So seeing guys like that, like I think Rick Ross is older than me, 2 Chainz is older than me. Obviously Nas just put out an album with DJ Premier. They're older than me. So being able to see your peers rap well into, their 40s and 50s was like a motivation for me to like really keep going. Not that I wouldn't if they weren't, but like it's just dope to see that the best rappers in the world are still rappers that like were a little bit ahead of me and are still in my class.
Right. I will say I listened to the mixtape that you dropped. I was like, let me listen to this, and let me see if he still got it. And I'm in the car. I was like, this is so good. Like it was really, really good. Isn't it? It's number one, right?
It was number one with a drop, but again, it's just a mixtape, so there wasn't much promo behind it because the mixtape was basically the reason I called it Every Movie Needs a Trailer, because it was just like a teaser before the album. My focus is really on my album. I did the mixtape in a few days. Both of you guys know how long I've been working on my album.
I feel like his mixtape didn't do that good because of the allegations that he have, and that the girl won and he had to give up his house. That's why I feel like he didn't. Eminem tried to tell them, because y'all remember that's who they came up under. And Dr. Dre and all them did say, listen, what y'all do, he told all of them, what y'all do is a result of how your longevity of your career. It will affect your career. And he didn't lie. He didn't lie, because now that he got these allegations and stuff going on, I feel like it affected his career. All the time laid up with somebody, tongue down their mouth, and then he had that the harassment stuff, and it just didn't. The last thing I listened to him was him and Maya was dating, and she was in the music video. That was the last time. You know how long that's been? That was the last time I listened to the game. And it's no shade. That was the last time. That was the last time.
The stages and changes that I've been going through with the finalizing it and getting it ready for release top of the year. But the mixtape was a no-brainer. I don't think about it too much. I go in there, I find dope beats, I rap on them, and then I literally just put it out so that my fans can have something basically while they're in the waiting room, you know?
Yeah.
I want to go back to your age and rapping, right? So do you feel like it's a double standard based on the genre of music and the gender? Because no one's going to be like, why is Mariah Carey still singing?
Right.
Like no one's going to say that about Mariah or J-Lo. Does anyone say that about J-Lo?
No. And I mean, you got to think about and I do appreciate R&B in the sense that they can and rock, right? They can just sing and perform until they're damn near like no more, right? I love that about music, period. Rap, it gets a little tricky because the context, as you get older, what do you talk about? You know what I'm saying? You can't be talking about the same thing you were when you were younger unless you're still in it. Me, I've always been grassroots in the streets, so I can't say fuck the streets. I can't. That's just every day I'm in the streets. I live in one of the most dangerous cities in the world. You know what I'm saying? I live in a city that has claimed the lives of many rappers, so I can't say that. So for me, it's just I don't run out of content because I'm living every day in real time. I'm balancing fatherhood, I'm balancing neighborhood.
I want to pause. I think that people have to understand it's not just a gender thing when it comes to rap. Rap has always been, you hit a certain age, as from what I know, and you do not rap. For them to compare it to J-Lo don't rap. And what I want people to understand is every now and then they're going to put out music because that's what rappers do. But once they hit a certain age, Queen Latifah she stopped putting out rap. She'll rap her songs, if y'all notice, but she would do jazz, music, production, stuff like that. There's a certain MC Little Kim, Foxy Brown, Remy Ma is doing something different. There's an age limit to rap. It's always have been. You can put something out every now and then. Hey, Nas, Jay-Z completely stopped. He about 60 years old. You got to understand, even Nas kind of like, listen, I done put out that's it. That's probably all that you're going to get from me. I'm moving forward. I'm getting older. My kids are grown. I was in that era. I came, I did what I had to do and what I was supposed to do. Let's go. This is the same that's happening with that blonde MAGA lady with the glue on her wig. Her fans are not understanding that there is a time and a place to stop. And she's pivoting to something else because if she goes into something else, she do not have nobody back in the industry. She has messed that up. That's why you don't want to mess it up. Eminem might come out and shade people every now and then and make his little money and go about his business. This is rap. This is what it is. This is the hip hop culture. People already knew when you hit a certain age, you don't have longevity in it. You do what you do, make your stance, go about your business. Just like with Lil Wayne, he has to do something else. Birdman, he got to do something else. But if they asked him, I got to listen to it too. When they asked them to put out something like, you got to understand, they hit a certain age. Because in the rap, in the hip hop community, let's be clear, they now in this new age, they're not supposed to make it past a certain age. That's just how it go. So it's not just, it's the hip hop, it's the rap thing. It's a lot of rap beefs. It's a lot of rap this. It's a lot of rap that. A lot of people got mad at Cardi and Megan because they started something new. They know once I hit a certain age, I can't continue to rap and hit on stage and saying them same lyrics. Like Salt and Pepper. They don't sing the same stuff like that. They switch it up every now and then. They got other stuff going on. That's what it is with hip hop. Really, the industry. Yeah, they can do R&B, but you gotta have something else going on. You got your foot in the door with music, but you got to have something else, a business. Because after a while, you're not gonna want to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what you do. That's your first love. That's what you're known to. But if you stop today, what business do you have? What legacy are you leaving behind? You can't do all this work for years and ain't left nothing. That's why I say she messed up her legacy. Like that blonde lady, Trinidad lady messed up her legacy. Think about it. Like I said before in my last night, what Papa Bear gonna have? So he got to understand that all the stuff that he did, and he got all these kids and legacies, what can you leave behind for them? Okay, you got a business, you got this and that. Not just generational wealth with money, but also certain things. Because you still got to know how to keep that going. The game, he messed up his legacy a bit too to me. He did. What took the game long enough and why he was dropping all these mixtapes, because that man, them 2 quarters y'all love so much, wouldn't let that man get out of his contract. And he got nerve to talk about somebody else, allegedly. I remember hearing that he said, just get me out my contract, and he didn't. Okay. I remember that.
I get, phone calls from homies about hood shit. I get phone calls about my, regular stuff from my kids. Like I'm just, I don't know. Like my life is in full motion in the 360. I get hit from all sides, and I don't cut any corners with it. I just kind of like take it as it comes. Now for somebody,
girl, that Grinch lady is out, y'all. She got a live called Fresh Out. I'm not gonna interrupt this live for her, but we gonna watch it when we go into our saga. We gotta see this shit.
Who's on the outside looking in, they'll probably be like, he too old to do this, or he shouldn't be doing that. But like, you don't live my life, and I think that I do well at balancing everything that I need to balance. I'm obviously sitting here. I'm in great health, and my mental state is up to par with where I am in life. And I don't cut no corners with my children. They know exactly who I am. They know who I want them to be, and they know who I am, and they know that there's no way in life in any shape or form that I'm going to allow them to walk in my footsteps.
Well, I'm happy that you're here, but I have a big bone to pick with you.
Okay.
How did you make me a grandmother before 50? How did that happen, Jay?
I knew
it was 49.
Yeah.
It was before 50, technically.
I knew you were in the crunch, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to hit you with that so that by the time you're 60 years old, you have a whole like 5th, 6th grader. I didn't want to wait, any longer, because who knows, we're getting old.
You made Welly a grandmother at like 38.
She was 38. I did make my mom was a grandmother at 38.
Oh, well, so there it is.
Because I had Shanice so young, but all I know is that I didn't know how to process the information.
It happened very quickly.
Yeah, like I didn't know how to like process it, right? Like Shaw tells me she's pregnant. Obviously, we have a great private conversation. And I had to sit with it for a little while because I'm like, I'm gonna be a grandmother. Like this is weird, you know. Like I know I'm 50.
Well, and you never been a grandmother yet, so I know you were like, what does that look like for me?
What does that look like? Like what? Well, like first of all, what is she having? What is it gonna look like? What?
I'm listening to something else and reading. Listen, she wanted to be a grandmother. I have to give it to Shanice that she made her mama wait. Evelyn had Shanice at 17. Shanice made her wait till she was in her 30s. Remember, Shanice was with somebody else and she was engaged, and I thought she was getting married. I was happy. I was like, "Ooh, this the guy she gonna marry." And then she came and told her mama on the show on that wasn't it, that ain't happening. And I was kind of like, "Damn, what the fuck happened?" But she wanted to be a grandmother, y'all. Evelyn wanted to be a grandmother. Remind you, little Crawford Jr., he is baseball baby. I think he's like 13, 14.
What is this gonna be? How is my life gonna change? I thought about Leo. He's a young uncle. I thought about so many things. Then when obviously she told me that you were the dad, I was like, oh shit.
Oh, we in trouble now.
We in trouble now. But I will tell you, I've had people ask me this. They're like, well, how did you feel when you found out that he was the dad? Like how, like what? And my initial feeling was I was shocked, but then I found so much. I found so much peace and I know how you love your kids and I know how you parent your kids. And I said to myself, you know what? He's a great dad. You know, he's a great dad. And so I found a lot of comfort in that. And now that we've been doing the family thing for some time, I'm like, I couldn't even see my life without Blaze.
Yeah.
So grateful that you're in our lives. Cause I feel like, you know,
Evelyn,
you and I, like, well, whenever I need advice on doing something, the podcast, whatever, like, it's been good. Like it flows, We've had a few bumps in the road.
Yeah,
Shaw's looking like
Shanice.
I mean, but
I'm talking about us.
Yeah, and in all transparency, like
Shanice is kind of like, ooh, girl, it's tickling me. Girl, I'm like, oh, you're a great. We knew he was a great daddy. Like, okay, but Shanice really want to be a wife. Shanice has said this. Shanice want to be somebody's wife. I keep telling. Shanice has said this. She's like, listen, I want to be. That's why Shanice waited so long to have a baby. And she about to. We knew he was a good daddy. Girl, yes, an email or a text. Come on, Evelyn.
That's how it should be. Anything that just goes through like smoothly, straight.
Evelyn wanted to be a grandmother. That was her thing. She wanted to be a grandmother. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I feel like she thought that Shanice probably wasn't going to have kids because of how Shanice is. And I feel like Shanice did not want to be a baby mother. And it's like, yeah, she kind of like, okay, like, girl, you at like, and you can tell Shanice is kind of like, yeah, you think, okay, girl. I mean, you can feel that way. Yeah, he a great dad, but girl, like, let's be honest, child. He wasn't supposed to be here, but I'm glad my baby here. But at the same time, girl, oh Lord, that's what it's giving. Cause Shanice face, like I told y'all, Shanice face tells it all. Shanice feels like, she still want that. Even if it's not with him, she cool with that. But Shanice not giving her another grandbaby until she got that ring on her finger. And that's just what it is. She mean that. She's not, no, she means business.
No bumps. Like you can't grow from that. You can't learn anything from that. And if everything's smooth, somebody's hiding something. They're not being their 100% of their authentic self. One of my first questions to her was, did you tell your mom? Right? I was like, did you tell your mom? And she was like, well, I'm gonna just wait a little bit, you know?
Mm.
And so I guess she waited a little bit and then she told you. And then I was like, did you tell your dad? And she was like, no, I'm gonna wait a little bit. But you know, the thing about when she told me, I was shocked a little bit. Like literally, I was shocked. And we got into this, you know, thing like I love being a dad, right? Like absolutely love being a dad. But I was shocked as shit. And I don't think it was the reaction that Sha wanted. So she cried a little bit.
I believe it.
And it was uncomfortable for her and for me. I didn't want to make her cry. I just was like, I didn't know what to say because I hadn't had a kid in 14 years. So I was like super shocked. She had never had a kid. So of course she was super shocked. But when she found out, she kind of got to live with it a little bit. You know, like I didn't know as soon as she knew. So she lived with it a little bit, processed it. And then once it got to me, she had already like, you know, kind of lived with it a little bit. So I was super shocked. She cried a little bit. I was really thrown out to the wayside about that because I didn't want to make her feel like I wasn't excited or I wasn't going to love the situation because I absolutely love my children. But we got around that, and obviously he's here and he's beautiful and throwing shit across the house. And yeah, he's just a great kid. And then for her being Blaze's mom, like, oh my God, like a gift to a child because she's so calm and her.
After this live, I'm finna go right back live. I was supposed to go at 4:30. Nah, baby. I'm finna push this live to 2:30 because I'll be done by 2:30. So how much longer we got? We going to Olivia house after this. Oh baby, we good. Yeah. Let's continue and break this down. I'll have to go to Olivia house after because she
preserve is like immaculate.
Yeah.
And like one day he knocked over coffee, like hot ass coffee. And me, I'd be like, pow pow. And she was just like, it's okay. I swear to God, it was like Cinderella came to that motherfucker with the Swiffer. And she was like, it's okay, baby. And just swept it up. And I was like, I would have just get a little pop, little no, little something. But man, she parents with so much grace. And
she does.
I'm just like ecstatic that you're Blaze's mom, because I know that because I'd be wild as fuck. So I know that like as long as he got you guys, as his little army, like he's gonna be straight.
And so,
but I feel like you manifested Blaze.
Yeah.
Like you were mentioning another child before I got pregnant.
Yeah, true.
Like you manifested Blaze. Yeah. On our first date, you were talking about a Blaze, not him exactly.
Yeah.
But you were talking about a Blaze. So you agree with that?
I do agree with that. I think that
we talked about kids.
Yeah, true. But just so you guys know, because you guys are, beautiful women. You guys are still like women, right?
Shit.
But men, right? Men see a baddie, we think like, I'm gonna get her pregnant.
He ain't lying. Listen. That's what he did to her. He got her pregnant. He knew. And he said, I'm going to get her pregnant. He didn't do that he got her pregnant. Girl.
That's what men think when they see a baddie.
You gamed me.
Yeah.
You gamed me.
I'm just asking.
Hey, I'm just saying, when a man really sees a woman that that he likes and it's a baddie, that be our first thought. Like we be thinking like, damn, like I would have a baby by that. So yeah. I'm manifested. I'm manifested.
Gamed.
Yeah. Game manifested,
Mm-hmm. So what lessons do you have like from raising your older children that are showing up in how you raise Blaze?
So the thing that I've been finding a little bit different is that I'm slower. Like I'm older. I'm like when I had Harlem, I was 23, Justice, I was 27, and in Cali, I was 30. Mm-hmm. So I was a little bit young and faster. And it's like, I'm obviously 46, right? I'm still in, pretty good shape. And when my son gets to, crawling around, like he down there. So I got to get down there with him. And sometimes these knees don't be kneeing, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, I think it's a little bit more of a physical challenge. I mean, I'm not on a walker holding a cane, but I'm not, running around as fast as I used to. So that's a challenge to be able to, and you guys know, like I'm out every day doing cardio. And most of the, most of it is really just to keep up with this grown boy,
Yeah.
So
Do you feel like so like with me with Blaze, like Blaze gets all the gentle grandparent. Like
yeah,
I'm so gentle with him on a level that like he could do no wrong. I also think that Leo also gets, because I'm a little bit older, I do a little bit more gentle parenting. Do you
yeah.
feel like you're going to be like that with Blaze? Because you know how you say, okay, because we grew up during that time where
Yeah.
your mom is going to slap the shit out of you.
Yeah. So me, I establish authority very young. I think that Blaze is 15 months. And at this point, there is no disciplinary actions. He's a baby. He's trying to figure it out. He picks up things, eats off the floor. Shaw's like, it's gonna make his immune system stronger. And I'm like, boy, get this lint out your mouth. But she's just like, let him eat it. And yeah, I mean, I believe it. But again, man, she's a great mom. But me, I think that my
Hey, Keisha,
I think that my authority kicked.
Keisha, after we finish this interview, you already know what time it is. Child, she done went live. Ain't even been out 24 hours, girl. Oh, yes. We gonna get into it after this interview.
In around kindergarten, and then from kindergarten to the age of 10 is where I kind of set in stone who's really in charge, right? So that when he is like in the 5th and 6th grade and he's going to the middle school, that like the
yes, girl,
the fear of upsetting your father is really what a boy needs, right?
Yeah.
It's like Leo with Carl. Like he can sometimes you gotta be a mom, and you're a good mom too. And you a Sag, and you're not no punk. So Leo ain't gonna wild out. But sometimes you try your mom. But if you put Carl on the FaceTime, one look, and if he say I'm getting on a plane, Leo gonna be like, huh, So it's like from 5 to 10 is where I really establish authority with my sons. My daughter, she's been running over me for 15 years straight, and I allow it. I love her, but also she just last night she wanted to go hang with her friends. I established the same boundaries when she was, young. She loves and respects me. I love and respect her. I also respect her young womanhood, and I'm giving her like a rope and letting her, pull far and pull far. And last night she was hanging out with her friends. I gave her the time to be in the house. She cut it 30 minutes before that and was in way earlier than I told her to be. And I was like, that's dope. She respects me. She loves me. I reiterated on the fact that I don't want anyone because she's getting to the age where her friend group is like some boys, some girls. And I'm like, I don't want anyone putting their hands on you inappropriately. You know how I feel. And she's like, Dad, how many times you going to say that? I said 1 million. And she was like, I respect it. Understood. I got you. I love you. I'll see you soon. And so very early. And so that when you get to, when you're like 10 or 11, 12, and you get, to your teenage years, you can have a little bit more freedom. And I'm not really on your ass like a parent would be, like our parents was. My mama was trying to whip my ass all the way till I was grown because I never really, listened. And we got beat with all kind of shit and like sent to the room, and we had little like I'll kill my parents, like to yourself, but you would never say it to your mom. And then she comes up there, you want some dinner, and then y'all squash it and stuff like that. But these days, these kids get a little buck and they don't really have no filter, so you got to like really get on their ass early.
So I have a sidebar question. So because you guys have a little age difference, right?
Right.
How do you feel about Shaw choosing? Because Shaw is younger and she's very into health and wellness. Right. I know you are too. You could say that your knees are buckling, but by the way, guys, it's 9 a.m. Like Jay wanted to do this interview super early in the morning. I said, boy, he is making us work for this fucking interview, but that's something that people wouldn't know about you. Like you're an early bird, you go jog, like you're out there, you work out. So how do you feel about Shaw choosing not to vaccinate Blaze? because I know I grew up in the era where I'm going to give him whatever the doctor says, but I appreciate it's true, right? But why are you laughing? I appreciate her
Probably doesn't even know.
Yeah.
He's probably like, but she does her research, and I know that there's a connection. Well, they say, I'm not the expert, that there's a connection between vaccinating your kids and autism. Like, there's just so much out there. But how do you feel about that?
So me, I'm not really. I came up. We got vaccinated as kids. I'm pretty sure you did. It was just like what you had to do,
right?
And like now, I don't really trust all the vaccinations. So I'm not really versed in vaccinations. I just don't too much trust vaccinations, right? Like, I didn't get a COVID vaccination. I didn't have COVID probably about 20 times at this point, but I fight it with my immune system and with my well-being and how I take care of myself, right? Some people need to get vaccinated because they may have immune systems that are not as strong. As far as like her maternal decisions, like, I don't challenge her. I just don't challenge her. I know that she definitely does research. She definitely knows what she's talking about.
She's an investigator.
She's for sure an investigator. And again, man, she is off to a great start. I know it's only been, a year and some months. But she was also pregnant for 9.5, whatever that was. But I think even with you having Leo and her being as much old as she is, the age gap between her and Leo, she had to like low key parent Leo sometimes. So I mean, she already had the knack for her maternal vibes and instincts and all that. But I don't challenge her. But it goes the same with Aliska. When we were young, I didn't challenge her maternal decisions. I didn't challenge her.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. So since you had COVID, like, how many times do you feel like that built up your immune system?
I really do.
It's the same as when kids eat dirt.
Eat dirt, yeah. Yeah. So
exactly.
She's saying give your kids 1 scoop of dirt a week. And they can fight off anything.
I mean, at this age, he's at a funny stage where, like, we'll find him eating dog food, or he'll lick the floor, or yesterday he took his bottle. This is his thing lately, bro. He took his bottle and he goes like this. He spills it. He did like this on the floor, and then he licked it.
Yeah.
And, like, I watched him do this because I was curious to see what he's gonna do, and I'm like, wow. Well, I mean, he is funny. He is funny.
He his own, he his own little man. And I say that, like, I had Callie she was an easy child to raise. Harlem didn't even really speak to people till he was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
He's so mild-mannered and chill. Blaze reminds me a lot of King Justice in a lot of ways, as far as a baby, because they're just active. They know what they're doing, but they want you to think that they're trying to figure it out. But he knows what he's doing. He's just like, but then it's a learning curve too. Like, he's trying to figure it out. He needs to be told, don't do that, or no. And then he needs to be told, by his mom, it's okay, eat the dirt off the floor. It's gonna make you, strong as Samson one day. But again, that is the beauty of having like 2 good parents.
Yeah. Did you think it was crazy when you posted Blaze on Christmas and people were saying, "Oh, that's an AI baby"?
Yeah, it was crazy. So the thing is, like, whenever I post him, people don't know if it's real or if it's him or if it's like a app or something. I'm just like, look, man, my kid is beautiful. It ain't me. I wish I was as beautiful as he is, but we really just got like, I mean, I don't know if I want to call it luck, because I feel like I'm a good looking person. She's stunning. You're one of the best looking grandmas on earth.
Thanks, Jay.
No, I mean, you got to give it to yourself. You're 50 years old. And when you say 50 years old, that is like half a century. And so you should really like, I know you got to look, I know you look in the mirror and say, you know what, Ev, like, you really are doing great. And I mean, if we opened your DMs right now, you would have YNs to, old niggas in there. Like, hey, so it's like, you really got to give yourself and your genetics and your mother, like, her props, because you guys are really good looking people.
Thank you. Yeah, I've gotten into arguments with not arguments, but people are like, where did he get those colored eyes from? Like, as if it can't happen. It was like
Right.
such a weird thing. And I even responded to like maybe one person, because I don't argue in the comments no more.
Right.
Like, you know what, you've been really good with that too. I feel like you used to troll sometime, like years ago, you would bang on people.
Right.
You don't do that no more.
Because you got to understand, well, number one, you got to understand where it's coming from. It's coming from someone who doesn't really like themselves. And so they like you, right? They like you so much that they're obsessed with you enough to try to tear you down, which is really them tearing their own selves down from the inside. Because it was like I was telling Sha before, people, we're in the light, right? Like all of us, just, we're in the light. So you have millions of followers, you have millions of followers. I have millions of followers. A person that's hiding behind their phone, that has their own insecurities and fucked up life, can easily tell you that you don't look good, and then throw their phone on the charger and you can see it or not see it, right? It's so easy to throw a rock and hide a stone when you're not in the light.
Right.
But for those who are in the light, we understand that, like, I understand where it's coming from. So it's like the people that hate you are literally your biggest fans, because the people that love you, they don't have time to really zero in on every single thing you're doing. They're busy loving themselves. So it's literally only people who don't love themselves who are trying to get you, down there with them. And I
feel like he was talking to somebody, but I'm gonna shut my mouth because that's none of my business. Because the way he rented that, I don't think he was talking to the people. I'm a hush. I don't want no fly.
It's like never been the guy to like dive down. I'll get down there and like step on you, like pull my underwear down and take a shit on you if I really feel like trolling. But for the most part, man, like thank you for following, because if you look at most of your hated comments, it's going to say follow back.
Yeah.
Which means that they follow you, they wait, they see it, and they can't wait to tell you that they're having a shitty day again. And God bless them.
Are you surprised that they weaponize the fact that you two had a baby against me on the show? Like, I had a feeling it would happen, but like, how did you feel about that? Because
they called you a felon.
Yeah. I mean, true.
Are you a felon?
I am.
Girl,
so I don't feel slighted by someone trying to like.
Shanice. Everybody knew when we listened to his music what he was talking about, sis. Yes. Shanice. Okay, he talks about it in his songs. Friend, you okay? She said, "Oh, you a felon?" She said, "Wait, for real?" I'm done. She better be trolling.
Like, throw like my past at me. Yeah, I'm a felon. My mama know I'm a felon. My kids know I'm a felon. My fans know I'm a felon, and that's just what it is. I don't try to duck who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? Am I in jail? Absolutely not. Made some mistakes in the past. Yes, I have. I was young, a little misguided. My father died a long time ago. Even when he was alive, I didn't really lean on him for advice the way I should have, the way my children can to me. So yeah, I made some mistakes. I'm not like one of those who's going to hide or, mask my face because I have a fear of somebody being judgmental about who I was at one point in time in my life. What I do know for a fact is anybody that's speaking my name, right, will not say that. And if they see me, because one or two things. Number one, I am a felon. And number two, I'm gonna get off in your ass in person. Like, I'm gonna get off in your ass. So you're not gonna even come at me like that. So do it for the show, do it on the internet. It's all cute, it's all cool. I can't really snatch my TV off the wall and break it across my knee because I'm mad at you. But when I see you in person, and one day I will, have that same energy. It's all that I.
Yeah, he ain't changed one bit. I knew he was gonna say that, and I already know two people he's talking to. I'm not gonna say no names, but if y'all been following the whole debacle, and the stuff that was going on, they never crossed paths. Okay.
I'm not doing the back and forth on the internet. And 10 out of 10 times when people see me in person, they don't have the same energy. So cool, have at it.
Yeah.
How many felonies do you have?
Oh,
Blaze is
what?
gonna ask one day.
Yeah,
So
I think like on record, 2 on record.
that's not bad.
It is bad because we live in a 3-strike state.
Yeah.
So it is pretty bad. One of them was a wobbler, so I ended up getting that expunged. And like what a wobbler is like you get to like after a certain amount of time you can go back in. If you don't commit any more felonies, you can get it to a misdemeanor. So that's where I am with one, and then I'll over time I'll get the other one down, and yeah.
But this was what, like when you were in your 20s? Like what?
30s.
Okay.
Ever since my 40th birthday, I've been like one with God. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't like, I'm not saying like I'm Pastor Mace or TD Jakes or Kirk Franklin, but I'm doing pretty well with like my faith and where I'm at in life. And I haven't been to jail in a very long time.
Right.
What changed at 40?
Callie hit she hit an age where I start to think about walking her down the aisle one day and her being able to go through, the period stage and like go through those battle these emotions that it takes two parents to like really get a child through those times, especially when it's your daughter, like my sons. I'm just being being honest. When Justice and Harlem were little, I didn't give a fuck. I was their dad. I wasn't apologetic about who I was. Yeah, I loved them, but like if I had to get something done in the streets, I was gonna do it. They have good mothers. I knew they was gonna be all right. My mother was like, love her grandchildren. And so I'll be like, I'll go to jail for a little bit and I wouldn't care. But that's the difference between being young and misguided versus getting older and allowing wisdom to consume you. So now I'm not going to make the same mistakes, that I made when I was younger, because I really absolutely adore watching my children grow.
Do you wish to see all your children married with families?
When
boys and girls?
Yeah, I would love to, but the reality is, and this is the challenge when you have kids older. When you're older, your mom can say, concur. I think my number one thought, right, about my baby son is that when Blaze is 30, I'll be 75.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about Harlem's 22. He'll be 30 in 8 years, and I'll only be like 53 or something like that. But when Blaze is 30, I will be 75. My dad died at 65. My mom's 65 now. My mom has some heart issues. My dad died of a heart attack. Those are my parents. Genetically, I need to be on my wellness and on my shit and being happy and doing things that are going to keep me alive so I can probably live till my son is 50 years old. Because when he is 50, I'm gonna be dead.
Yeah.
Let's just call it straight.
Here.
I'm not, I'm just gonna let everybody know that you're not gonna see a 95-year-old game out here.
Right.
So I have to be.
You never know.
Oh, I know. Because right at about 80, my whiskey and my Hennessy intake is gonna go through the roof. I just want to, vibe out as an old man, and I don't want to, have no regrets. But so that's why now, like, I'm just all the way. I'm diving in that pool of parenthood because I'm still young and active. For the most part, I feel great. I feel like I could live to 90 and still be driving around and like, doing my thing. But the reality of it is my mom has had, has a history of a few little, heartaches, and my dad died from a heart attack. So I have to be realistic with my lineage and my, just, who my parents were. And my grandparents didn't live to be, they all kind of made it to their 70s and 80s, but no one made it to 90. And this is who I come from. So I got to be real intentional about loving who I love and really spending time adoring the people I created.
But still, whether you're here or not to see Blaze when he's 50. Do you still want to see all your children married with families?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I got like, a bucket list of things like family oriented things that I'd like to see. Like, when you watch Christmas movies and all the kids come through the door with their husband and then the kids fall in, like I want to be that type of grandfather,
Mm-hmm.
And I want to like do the family dinner and like come down the stairs and like, oh, what's up, Dad? Grandpa. Like I really want that for
Yeah.
myself. I want it so much that like I could damn near shed a tear about thinking about the future,
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think for me, especially with the holidays, because obviously Christmas is coming, even though I don't have a full family unit, right? I'm not married. I don't, but for me, it's still special,
Right.
like that's why I have two Christmas trees. Like I want to bring in the Christmas vibe. And it's, even though I'm not married or I don't have that unit, I feel like I have everything I need,
Yeah.
and Blaze for me is just like, he's really like cranked it up again for me as far as the holidays, because he was a little older,
Yeah.
but I love that because I love the idea of, and I've always desired, I've talked about that here, I've always desired and wanted to have a family unit and be married and all those things. It just didn't work out. So now I'm to a point where I'm like,
Right.
I have everything I need, so.
I have a reverse reverse feeling about what works out and what didn't work out. I think that your marriages, I feel like they did work out, because if
It was
you
only one.
oh yeah, your marriage.
Yeah.
I just assumed,
It was
because
short.
NFL, NBA, MLB,
Real.
NHL, YMCA,
That was a good one.
we're just gonna throw that at you. But yeah, so your marriage, I feel like you were married and I feel like your ex-husband is one of your best friends in life. How, from where I'm seated. So I feel like it did work out. I feel like Leo.
No, because my ex-husband wasn't Carl.
Oh, was it? No, who was it?
No, it was Chad.
Oh,
I
shit.
married Chad.
Oh, so
Yeah, I was thinking
I didn't
that
know
one.
that. I thought you were married to Carl.
No,
you guys
we
just
were engaged. We were about to get married. We were planning a wedding, and then we broke up while we were planning this wedding.
Right.
But no, it was Chad.
So anyway, with the relationship with Chad, with the relationship with Carl, I'm pretty sure you love who you are today.
For sure.
So you can't say that things didn't work out. They worked out the way that they were to make you who you were today.
Right.
If you weren't happy in your marriage and you weren't happy, or someone wasn't happy in your engagement, but you made it out just fine, and you have Leo and your Carl, seen you and Carl together. It looked like my dog. You know what I'm saying? So it did work out. And Carl looks like he's doing great. You look like you're doing great. You guys meet at the middle and parent this amazing boy. And so I feel like it did work out. I know people that have been married for 15 years that are fucking miserable, that are miserable. And I look at that and I'm like, I feel like I'm doing.
Everybody don't want to be married. Everybody don't want to be married. Everybody don't want the work that marriages have. Some people do want to be married. Some people just don't want to be married because they see other people getting to these marriages and they're not happy with those marriages. They don't see happy married people in their eyes. They just don't. Like I say, not every day is going to be peaches and cream and sunshine. It's
feeling
not.
good, right? Like I'm great. I'm not married yet, but I feel good and I'm happy to be exactly who I am. And I also know people who are,
Who you gonna
married and
marry?
thriving. So I think that your happiness and what works out or what you feel didn't work out is like subjective to how you feel when you wake up in the morning. I feel if you wake up in the morning and you are 100% happy with your being and who you are and the people that you allow into your life, intentionally love you and pour into you like you pour into them, that everything else will fall into place,
Yeah. I think we have, I mean, obviously, we have a great co-parenting relationship, which leads me to you guys. Like, what is something that both of you have learned about each other through your co-parenting journey together?
You go first.
So to be honest, she had a way that she thought things should be, or she has a way that she thinks things should be. And I'm not fighting her on that. I think that her thoughts and her outlook on, parenthood and relationship and how a woman should bring a child into the world and what that woman needs and respect and loyalty and everything, in that pot of gumbo of like how you should treat and respect the woman that you're having a child with. I think that all her views are right. I think that I'm used to doing things my way. I'm also an alpha male. I'm also a Sagittarius. I'm also a very hard person to deal with sometimes because I get bullheaded. And when I put my foot down, it's kind of like it's my way or the highway, which is something I'm still working on. And it's probably got real difficult for her in the beginning stages because she felt like, why are you so
bullheaded?
Yeah, and I'm so like calm and patient and trying to figure it out. And I don't think in the early stages that I gave her enough grace to really live it how she saw fit.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shaw.
What was the question? To learn about men?
Yeah, like what have you learned? Because co-parenting sometimes, I mean, obviously, especially, it's not easy. Co-parenting with someone's not.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think they. I see it's kind of like you can tell some things like they cool, but when it comes to certain stuff, they just not on the same page. I'm starting to see that. And I'm seeing that looking out. I'm on the outside looking in. They're not on the same page with everything. That's what I see. I could be wrong, They're not on the same page.
Easy, no matter what the situation is.
We had a few months of like fire with fire,
Yeah.
Well, thank you for saying that you didn't give me enough grace because I do agree with you. And I think a lot of my anger came from you not delivering what the expectations were.
That's what happened.
So we'll leave that there. But I think that I had to learn how to, when I'm done with someone, I'm done with them. And because you share a child, you can't necessarily be done with them.
Yeah.
So I think I had to learn how to wrap my mind around the fact that like, this is for life. Because otherwise I would have been like,
Yeah.
like would we be sitting here today if we didn't have Blaze?
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can see that.
Because otherwise it would have been like, all right.
Yeah, because when you stop talking to somebody, you're like, okay, whatever. Yeah. But when you do share,
I mean, I feel like I would have still been on Drop the Low. So I would have been.
But maybe for different reasons, right?
Yeah,
because I also do feel like we were meant to cross paths in whatever capacity we were meant to cross paths in. And we were having this conversation the other day by like, well, in my opinion, the universe and God doesn't make mistakes. So Blaze was supposed to be here. You were supposed to be Blaze's dad. We were chosen to be his parents. So I think that I just had to learn how to grasp with the fact of like, okay, this is a situation in which you have to stick around. Me.
Right.
That's not my thing. That's not my dating life. There's like one ex that I ended up being friends with like a year or two after we broke up. But so I think that's what I had to.
Yeah, I think I will say I'm proud that we're able to do this.
Yeah.
Because.
So they break up probably they had a bad breakup. That's what it sounds like. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. He didn't give the intention of what it was with her. And like I said before, Shanice, she wants, baby, you sell a dream. You got to come with the dream. You didn't confine what the dream was and your intentions. Now that I know what your intentions are and where we are, I don't want to deal with you. And it sounds like she basically said, I don't have no choice but to deal with you because of Blaze. Whatever happened. And that's why she looked at her mama like, girl, Really? Like, yeah. It wasn't. Yeah.
There were a few bumps in the
Damn.
road. And I know for you being a new mom,
Yeah.
having to figure out how to co-parent with this person. He's a bullhead, he's a Sagittarius.
Something
You're like
happened.
you're a Gemini, but you got a little, I don't know
A
what
little
your
Cancer or
rising.
something
Yeah, I don't
in
know
her.
what your
It's a Cancer.
Cancer is like Harlem. I feel like and I use Harlem, which is my oldest son, as like the foundation for like the model human, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like you are like calm and chill and non-confrontational and like deserve ultimate respect because of how cool your soul is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like the same way about my son, but my other children they're a little bit different. This kid is just like God's gift to a family. And I
Yeah.
feel like you have a lot of those characteristics, even though Cancer characteristics, even though you
Yeah.
are a Gemini. Every other Gemini that I met is like a Sagittarius op, if you will.
I
like
think that's what she was going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even though you are
It sounds like the relationship, because they both are bullheaded, they bumped heads. And I think when she had the baby, he expected something out of her to be a certain way. And she was just like, no. I'm like, for some reason. And I think that it got bad and arguments started going.
are a Gemini, which is what, an air sign.
Yeah.
You still have a little
Is
fight.
that like airhead?
Like an air. Is that an airhead?
Hey, yo, because sometimes she be having her blind moments.
Well, you know what? I always laugh at God sometimes because I'm like, it's really interesting the kids that he gives you, right? And the fact that I gave birth to like a yogi is always funny to me because we're the opposite.
Yeah.
I'm very much like you because we are Sagittarius and we are
Right.
bullheaded. So Shanice is blessed because you got two Saggies around you.
But I had to be the opposite.
You're right. You're right.
Like, how
You're
else
right.
was
And
I
we
gonna-
look at you like you're crazy sometimes.
Yeah, and me, for me, for me about her, right? Like, I think you're kind of the same way. Like we talk every day, every other day, about like life in general. But I think that, like my baby mama is like a special person. She's a real special person. I think she's a better person than I am. She has a way more reserve and like.
Here's the thing. They try to make it look like Shanice is, no, Geminis might act like that, but let me tell you something. That part, Geminis are very, 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 they're the twins. I have a friend that's a Gemini. All that playing games, that like you want to do this and that, they don't have the patience for that shit. They don't have the patience for whatever game here and the intentions you lied, and then they don't got the patience for that. They finna get the hell on. They getting the hell on. I don't care. They ain't got time. Let me tell you something. Shanice kind of like, we good where we at, but if this is gonna be a spin about, hell no. I'm straight. You can tell it on her face. She like, ha ha, yeah, whatever. Anyway, like she already peeping the game of this. Like
Study, calm, almost like a perfect human being head ass nigga. Like I feel like that about you. I don't feel like that about myself. I feel like I'm like got some fucked up shit going and I'm still trying to like balance out my lowrider. But for you, I tell your mom this behind your back. I tell people that ask, like, you are an outstanding human being.
Thank you.
It's a little weird to someone who doesn't know how to appreciate it at times because I never met anyone like you in my life. And I tell everyone that. But the thing that I say the most is that like how great of a person you are. And so when I think about who my son will be in the future, like I know he ain't gonna be no punk. I know he's gonna be athletic. I know he's gonna be tall, but I know that his heart and who he is in his soul,
he
is gonna be great because of you.
He hurt her.
And so, and I believe that, and I know that wholeheartedly. And
I think she knew she was set on what it was gonna be, and she thought, "Oh, I had to be honest. I'm gonna get this ring. I'm gonna be this and that. Maybe he want to settle down. He's older. I dealt with someone my age, and come to find out, that's not the case because he was engaged to Tiffany for years. Tiffany kept telling him the same damn thing. Tiffany done moved on, Chad. Tiffany say, hell no. Cause I was rooting for him and Tiffany. I love Tiffany. Listen, I still love Tiffany, okay? Tiffany, I was rooting behind the scenes for that. I was ready for him to marry Tiffany, baby. But Tiffany, he didn't respect the boundaries that Tiffany had. And that's what was the cost of it. I feel like he kind of, I'm going to say this. I feel like he felt like, oh, she's, like he said, I'm going to get her pregnant. He never had a conversation about marrying her, nothing. He was like, oh, I'm going to get her pregnant. Oh, yeah, her life great. Shanice ain't had no kids. Exactly. She didn't have no kids. Remember, Shanice was traveling the world, going places. Shanice was doing Shanice. Shanice was being her. So to see, I think for Shanice is, damn, I done gave that shit up. And I'm a mom, and that wasn't what I wanted. It's like she signed up for what she didn't want it, but she got to deal with it. It's like she's saying, I didn't sign up for it, but I mean, I got to deal with it. So I love my son, but I got to deal with it. And it's sad to see.
Won't let anyone, like no one in the world, like tell me
better than the
otherwise.
previous. She did. I
Taxes
that. She
is
really
chasing
did.
updates.
And that wasn't the case.
Now taxes is a TurboTax.
Seeing him,
Yeah, you brought tears to my eyes.
those girls that were preference as well, that she would be treated better. But let's be honest, look how he treated all the other women, and she didn't get the preference mentality. That's it. Yeah, basically. And now she realized that she kind of like turned off.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
But that says a lot about you and your motherhood, and it says a lot about your mother, because I met your mother, and she is
she's a Sag.
Oh yeah.
She's
so again, she raised you.
Yeah.
And then you raised her, and you figured that out. And a lot of people, like, you don't get enough credit. Like having a baby at what, 17? Mm-hmm. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
If Callie has a baby at 17, nobody lives. The baby, the daughter, like, like I don't, like I can't. So the fact that you did that, and that you're sitting on the couch, and you guys.
When it comes to Callie, he'll set the world on fire. He's always been that way with Callie. Callie, I feel bad for Callie. I do. When I saw Callie was hitting high school, I said, ooh, she got all them brothers and then her daddy. And she the only girl. Whoo! Jesus be a fence for that baby. Callie, I knew. When it come to Callie, shit. Anybody do one wrong thing to Callie, the whole world is on fire when it come to him. He don't care. Now he'll take his third one for Callie. That's when it come to her, he'll take his third one for her. Now he don't care. Her, hell yeah. He'll take it for any of the kids. But when it come to Callie, hell yeah, he'll set this world on fire.
These are twin beauties, like that is amazing. And a lot of people out there, hella, we are the judgmental motherfuckers. Like they gonna see this and find a way to pick this apart and tell us we ain't shit, and you over there, greens, beans, potatoes, YMCA, NBA, NFL, like, I look at people saying shit about you, and we talk about it. I tell you, like, we gotta laugh this shit off, right? Because the person that's saying it, or the people that are, spraying it, they look in the mirror, they do not love themselves.
Right.
I fucking love myself. I know this. She loves herself, and you absolutely adore yourself. So I mean, people got to vibrate at their highest frequency. And you can't really give a fuck about people like trying to tear you down. And I say that to, you know, other celebrities. Like sometimes I see like Cardi B feeling a way about somebody saying some shit. Fuck, if you Cardi B, fuck you.
Right.
Like, fuck you. I'm Cardi B, nigga. Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
So it's like, but you know, I know women are working with different type of emotions and shit like that. But for me,
Cardi B is a Libra. I think she's stepping into her I mean, I'm gonna say this: Libras, we are stepping into our villain era because we are so nice to people, and people take our kindness for weakness. And a lot of people are mad at her for just saying like, "What you want me to do?" Cardi is like, "I don't give a fuck." She's now into her, "I don't give a fuck." That's what we at now. If that's how you feel, okay, that's how you feel. I respect how you feel. Don't mean I gotta give a fuck about how you feel. I don't give a fuck. Because every time we do something to please somebody, and that's why I understand where she's coming from. And do I agree with what she got going on? No. But I'm gonna say this, and I want people to understand it. Every time a Libra please somebody, it's always we don't please you enough. That's why she's saying fuck what them people say. Excuse my French. Because people treat it every time we do something for somebody and we do something they don't want us to do, they get upset. They get upset. I can't believe you did that. You never do nothing for me. But they don't name all the times we have done something because of somebody's feelings. And then when we expect for y'all to respect our feelings, y'all don't give a fuck and you talk shit. We're tired. We fuck your feelings. So I understand where she at in life. We gotta understand that. And if anything happened to where she, you know, she gotta learn a lesson, oh fucking well. It was meant to learn. So that's where she's at. We are in our villain era. We're not going to be nice. We're going to say what we want to say. You don't like it, fuck your feelings. You said fuck mine, fuck yours too then. That's just, she's a Libra. I understand. And a lot of people are like, oh, she need to get away from him. She will. She will. She will. And I don't think she's going to come on the internet doing all that no more either. It is what it is. She's moving forward. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, I learned that. Let's move on. I don't care. Move on. That's just where we at now. Oh well, that happened. Okay, we're gonna move on. Next. But will she fuck with him again if he fuck up? Hell no. So just know that's where she at. She not into doing the shit because y'all feel like she this and that. No, Cardi has done stuff, and as a Libra, I understand because we are people pleasers. But now we're not pleasing nobody. Everybody want to call you a bird. And no, we just not pleasing your motherfucking ass. And this is the point why. Shit, okay. Next. That's just where we're at. We're so nice, so giving. And then when we feel like people treat us a certain type of way, we say, fuck you. Fuck your feelings too. I don't care. Next. And move on. That's what she had in life, and people got to understand that.
Being a man and an alpha male and a Sagittarius male, like, I don't give a fuck who says what, you know? Like, say whatever you want on the internet, but like, if you see me and you say it, then obviously we're going to have issues. Right. Obviously, a baby might be coming to see me in jail or some shit. And, you know, you'll have people out there to say, oh, you going to jail at 50 about my family. I am. Absolutely. You know, I thought, you know how most people say, well, you know, you got a daughter, you better get your shotgun ready. Like, I take that shit literal. Like, if you violate my daughter, I'm going to spend the rest of I've already lived a great life. I'm almost 50 years old. I'm going to do 25 to life for the disrespect of California Dream, period. She knows it. Her mama know it. Everyone that knows me knows it, that I'm going to die about these children. And especially the girl. She shall be protected and respected at all times. That is my princess, and she deserves to live a full life and be as happy as possible. And I'm gonna afford it. He said, y'all got some white teeth.
I'll never forget that interview when that girl got into this world. He said it. Everybody posted that. He said when it come to her, he said this in an interview. I don't know if it was on MTV or who. He said this in the interview. He said when it come to her, the whole world gonna feel it. And he meant that. He not playing.
Y'all got like the whitest teeth.
Really? I feel like I need to get my white end.
Yeah, I feel like I got my grill in because my shit like Virgil, like off-white.
You got a white end.
You know? Yeah. Y'all got white ass teeth.
What do you feel Blaze deserves most in this life?
Sheesh, that's a good question.
You didn't think about that.
I just feel like he deserves ultimate love.
I have the same answer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ultimate love.
Yeah.
He deserves ultimate love, especially in the world that we brought him in, which was a topic of, early, like in the early stages when she was like first told me she was pregnant. We talked about the world we were bringing him in and what it was going to look like and what it was going to take to raise him. And I think that I think we got it though. I think we got it. But ultimate love, and he's been getting that. You obviously because he loved me, but he don't really fuck with me like that yet. But because he went shop every single day, all day, and I drop in, pop in to make sure like he at this point he know exactly who his dad is, but he loved me the most when it's time when he needs me to get him out the crib. I am the crib lifter upper, and for those 30 seconds, like, he loves me to death. But like that is at this point right now, that's her child. But I know how parenthood works, and I know that it'll come to a stage where it's daddy, daddy, daddy. And so I'm just super amped about waiting for that. But like the joy that I see in the
Okay, so now I see why people didn't like this. I see it. I'm like, where can we go at? So, oh man, I gotta go back and watch the show. So he's saying he's not really that active like that. He's active, but he's not as much as he should be when it comes to Blaze. So, okay. Okay.
interactions between them two, it would literally make you cry. And then grandmama, but like over here, like side mama, like he absolutely adores you too. But again, man, you guys are great family members.
Even if I'm traveling, I FaceTime him. I call all the time. Like the other day I called him and then he was in the bed or whatever. And he was like so excited. So like, it's nice. Like I've been waiting for this time. I've been waiting for my time to shine, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, he now knows who the fuck I am, you know? So I call him, he'd be like, and he rolled around in the bed and he did his talking, how we were talking earlier. And it's just so cute. I didn't know what this, I'm sorry, I'm talking to my grandson, but I didn't know what this would look like for me. I really didn't. Like, I'm just like, I know I'm going to be a grandmother, but like, God, he has brought so much joy into my life. Like, he's everything to me. Like, I love him so much. Like, I think about him. I look at his pictures, his videos. Mind you, I do that with my kids, but being like this new title, I don't know how some grandparents, I've talked about this on I didn't have a good grandmom.
Right.
Like she was the worst. So with him, I'm just like, I want when my time calls for him to be like, my grandmother was so good to me.
Oh, you got that.
And he's just the best. He's really, really the best. I know I joke with you and be like, I don't know, about your wild morning or night, but like, it makes sense in our, family circle now. And I'm so grateful. And I know people, like you said, try to tear stuff apart and how did she have a baby by him or whatever, And I'm like, I wish you guys can see, and I'm happy that you're doing this with us because it's a glimpse into what our real lives look like, and the fact that it may not make sense to y'all, but we love each other and we're really here to support each other with whatever that we have going on. And even you guys, like raising Blaze, like Blaze's birthday, your family here, it was such a vibe and it was so much positivity that everybody that left his birthday party was like, yo, that was so fun. So like, I'm proud of us, I am, and I'm grateful for my village.
And I think I could speak for like everybody who has a relationship with their grandmother that like, and my mom is going to watch this and talking about how much I love my grandmother, and she wouldn't feel slighted about that because she knows how much her mother loved me. And when my grandmother passed away, like I damn near went into a little short span of like, I don't want to be here no more. I never lived a day on earth without her talking to me. And I had one of them Texas grandmothers who talk in third person, you know, like, and she calls like herself grandmother. So she'd be like, you know, grandmother is going to be here. And grandmother don't like that. You know, I had one of those grandmothers that talk like that. And still to this day, she even wrecked, her passing even wrecked Thanksgiving for like 4 or 5 years. We couldn't figure it out until, you know, this past one. And I was grateful to see my entire family. You know, I was here and then I went there and I was able to see like all of the people I love again under one roof, joyfully and like really, you know, like happy to be around each other because we had some hard times after she passed. So it's like to be able to have a grandmother, the fact that you had her when you were 17 and that you were 50 and you're a young grandmother and you keep up with yourself and you are able to chase Blaze around, that shit is dope.
Yeah.
That shit is dope. And so he's going to get his grandma, he'll have his grandma to when he's like, you know, 30, 40 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are pretty close.
I always say we are close, and
He'll have you. You'll be
he'll have me. But I always say, like, you know, having Shaw so young and being a young grandmom, life makes sense to me now.
Yeah.
You know, having her young and, you know, being on welfare, bumping around the Bronx and just like not knowing life looks like shit. You know, I wouldn't think it would look like this now. And now being a young grandmom, I'm like grateful that I had her when I did because, you know, we move and shake around, you know, so. So let's address.
Wait, okay,
go ahead.
Okay, so I want to take this moment to clear the air on a few things.
Uh-oh.
Right? We're going to go down the rumor mill.
Okay.
Off the top of my head. Did I ever sit on your lap when I was older? I did. But when I was like 12, when I was a child, calling you uncle?
No.
Okay.
Well, the thing about that is like my own nieces don't sit on number one, I'm not fucking Santa Claus. Number two, I'm not inappropriate with children ever. Like even my own nieces, as much as I love them, I squeeze them, I hug them. And if they're, let's say when they were 2 and 3 years old, obviously you pick little kids up. They love to be picked up, through in the air, you hug them. But as they get older, you have to respect your unclehood, right? And you have to respect them growing up as, you know, young men and young women, right? And so I'm not even on those vibes with my actual nieces and nephews or any of my homies' kids. They're little, they call you Uncle Game, you throw them up, you love them. Anybody that knows me knows that about me. And so when people make up these rumors, again, I think it's like absurd. I laugh the shit off and I just be like, people are absolutely fucking insane. But let's go to the next one.
Because people are like, I was calling you uncle.
I don't even remember you.
I'm gonna go live
from
after this.
no type of time.
Because we didn't meet, right?
Hold on. Listen, what time is it? How much we got? Oh, 2:30. I'm going live. Y'all come back over here. I told y'all that girl was gonna have, Olivia was gonna have a fucking girlfriend. Y'all come back at 2:30. We finna continue then.
But okay, so next one. Were the mother of your other children and my mom best friends? And was I calling her auntie?
I think about that when I see that, right? I think about it all the time. And I see the multiple pictures of like you with Tiffany, but people have to understand what Hollywood is and what celebrities are, right? Like when you're a celebrity, right? Like you're a celebrity and Tiff is a celebrity, right? Like especially in this town, right? Because she had a show, you're on TV, she's on TV, and celebrities come to celebrity people shit, especially women. Like women go to tastemaker shit, they pull up at baby showers, have a drink, tell you congratulations, nice to meet you, girl. And if I see you again, it's obviously gonna happen again. But I don't think there's ever been a point where you guys were like best friends. Not saying.
So there wasn't no friendship? Or is he not saying they were friends? Hold on, let him finish.
Saying that you wouldn't be, but it's just you have your own best friends. And I know Tiff like the back of my hand. She has a small group of best friends and Evelyn's not in it.
Right.
You're just not in it.
Right. And I think, I know Shay touched on this when you were on there, but most people look at a baby shower as a very personal, intimate moment. But you're right, because we are in like Hollywood.
Right.
You invite people, your PR person invites people or whatever. Remember when me and Chad pulled up on y'all when you were filming your show? Like, I didn't know you guys, but you guys
I didn't know you, and I barely knew Chad, but the network thought it was dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so we did that. And people would see that and be like, oh, he used to run track with Chad back in the day. I know that. You know, it's like people say what they want. But that's what happens when you're dealing with real classy people that are grown, and we don't do the messes.
And I know that. So I started even feeling like, dang, she's getting dragged into this because
Right.
you know. So I mean, I try not to really talk about it too much because it's like I understand and respect that she's private and doing her thing. But you know, when I did the shade room, I responded because I'm like, let me just clear the air.
Okay, next one. Did you ever have sex with my mom? And did we ever have a threesome with
that?
my
Yo,
mom?
that is absurd. Like that shit.
No. It was he ran a train on us, so we were both there together.
That would like I damn near like did a Prince and walked off.
I'm
set.
sorry, I have to ask the question.
The thing about it, and by the way, let me know. Like I mean, I'll let you know. Evelyn is a 50-year-old grandma. She's absolutely beautiful. Just so you know, right? But never, what is it? Never have I ever.
Right, yeah.
Like never. And we don't even give each other those type of type of energy, those type of vibes. Number one, it's fucking disgusting. Number two, we are like a hard, like a dope ass gangster little family outside of like Star Child here. But yeah, like that's not our vibe, man.
Right.
It's just not our vibe.
Usually when you hear crazy things, right? So like you sitting on his lap at the age of 12, which you were going to St. Dominic's in the Bronx. Like, I don't even know if I traveled to LA at that point.
Yeah.
The point is that we don't know where that rumor started, right? Yeah. But this one, I know where that rumor started. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I just thought like, but I thought it was so funny that nobody addressed anything. Nobody said anything. Cause I feel like when someone is going in on you and they don't even know who the fuck you are, never met you, like somebody not responding to you, to me, is like the ultimate response.
Yeah, it is. It's like literally like putting hands on you when you don't respond. You know what I'm saying? And it's like some of this shit is so off the wall. Like you literally have to like just sip your tea and keep on going on with your day, because to address it would like it doesn't need to be addressed. It's so disturbing that someone would even drum that up and actually like literally like try to throw that into a public forum or a public space, that it's just like, you know,
disgusting.
It is. It truly is.
Next one. Am I a gold digger?
No, I can't say that about you. Number one, you know what I get a lot? I get like, she tried to trap you. I'd be like,
it was the other way around.
And you know what I'd be like, yo, I'm not LeBron. I'm not, if you trap me, like, yo, if you trap me, you're gonna be in the trap. Like, because I'm gonna like literally give you exactly what you need to, you know, take care of the child. And like, and if you're nice to me, like, then, you know, I go the extra mile. You know what I'm saying? But like, no, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to them, is like not a gold digger at all. And I know the difference between a gold digger and one that's not, but like everyone that knows me knows that I'm not, you don't gold dig me, because you just can't get that off. It's not like I'm one of these like ugly niggas out here who, if I wasn't a celebrity or wasn't a superstar rapper, I couldn't get a cute chick. Like I've been able to pull a cute chick my entire life. So it's not like those ain't the vibes. Like I'm not insecure. You're not going to use me for money. And that's not even your character anyway. And I mean, if you wanted to be, you could. If you wanted to be, you could. But so could every beautiful woman. And we do live in Los Angeles, you know, and you're from New York. You're from New York, but raised in Florida, and you lived in Texas. And here, like, you could literally, if you wanted to go dig, you could really take niggas for all they worth, but that's just not your character.
I thought it was funny how many stray bullets I was catching because of this. I said I don't have a dog in that fight. Like I'm here by default. You know, people were going in on me like, oh, you know, she groomed her daughter to get him. I'm like, I was not.
She didn't even know. She didn't even know.
I didn't know. What? And it's like, again, my daughter's a grown woman. Right. You know, she is in her early 30s. Who she talks to, not talk, I don't know. We do not ever discuss. Do we ever talk about, even pre-J, after J? We don't ever talk about, oh, who you're talking to, I don't like, those are not, like, this is
you
my
didn't even know
daughter.
until you know. And then when you knew, you was like, I mean, if it's going to be anybody, let it be the nigga to take care of his kids.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, it was so many crazy things. So that was another reason why I was like excited that you were coming here today, because I knew, I was going to put this whole situation, all that craziness to bed.
Okay. Did I miss any of them?
I like this part of y'all should do this with like everybody.
Thank you so much for watching the episode. Such a great interview. We will be having a part 2, so make sure to tune in.
It was so good. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, let me see if there's a part. I'll do part 2 tomorrow. I'm going to end this live. I'm gonna be right back. That was very interesting. We'll do part 2 later, probably today. And yeah. I'm gonna do part 2 later today, y'all. So let me end this and come right back because somebody's live right now. And I know y'all want to jump into it. So I want to thank y'all for watching. Me to like, comment, share, subscribe. Give me to like 2:30. We're gonna go. We might probably don't miss half of it already, but should be on live longer. I'll be right in. See y'all later. Bye.